Get lost. Sweet.
Open cookbook.
Damn it! Come in! I know you're listening on the other end. Where is she? Where is my daughter?
Kenji, please. We've been at this for hours. Stop. You need sleep.
She's out there, Ray. Someone...
I hope you don't mind. We let ourselves in.
Nick, thank God. You need to get to work right away. She could be hurt. She could be...
Whoa, slow down. Kenji, was it? Why did you go over the details with me and my partner here?
You brought a partner? Good. The more eyes, the better.
So, what's the story with you and Nick?
Nick didn't tell you? Ran with him on one of his cases a few years back, searching for some sort of lost heirloom. He needed a boat. Things didn't end well. We were double-crossed by the client once we had what he was looking for. I still have some lead lodged into my hip.
Right. Yeah, it's starting to come back to me. Sorry things ended sour.
We got out. That's all that mattered. And now you can return the favor by finding my daughter.
We're here to help. Tell us what happened.
It's all thanks to this damn radio.
Our daughter Kasumi likes to fix things. The radio was her latest project.
Until she made contact with some kidnapper who lured her away from us.
Or maybe she left on her own. She's not a child anymore. Our daughter is 19. She knows how to survive, and she's capable. I think maybe she left because she wanted her own life.
No. She would have told us where she was going. She would have said something. I know my daughter is in danger. I can feel it. Find her, please.
Do you have any idea where she could have gone?
We know she took one of the boats, but that's all. She could be anywhere.
Rain approaching.
We'll find her. Don't you worry.
Thank you. Her room is upstairs if that helps. And if you had any more questions about her, just ask.
Don't worry, Kenji. We'll get to the bottom of this. Just sit tight.
Mrs. Nakano.
I suppose you have questions about my daughter.
I'd like to know more about Kasumi. Might shine a light on where she's gone.
My daughter is strong, focused, careful. That's how I know she's still alive. But why would she leave without telling us? Maybe we... No, never mind. I don't want to waste your time.
Every detail is important, Mrs. Nakano. Don't hold back.
It's just that we've been fighting a lot more. All of us. Ever since Kasumi's grandfather passed away, he was the only one that could really talk to her. Kenji and I don't understand machines, but those two could work together for hours. She started staying in her grandfather's boathouse late into the night. I thought she was just trying to cope with the loss, but now I wonder what she was up to.
You and your husband don't seem to agree about why your daughter left.
both want to find her. The world out there isn't a place where you want to be alone. But Kenji still sees her swaddled in diapers. He doesn't see a young woman with her own decisions to make. Maybe because it's more frightening. She wasn't tricked into leaving without telling us. That was her choice. She didn't want us to follow. Why?
Tell me about this radio your daughter was working on.
I remember Kasumi was very excited about it. I figured she was secretly trying to make contact with Diamond City or another settlement. We're pretty isolated out here. She only has us for company, and Kenji can be overprotective.
Nothing else right now. Mr. Nakano.
Did you have questions? About my daughter?
Anything more you could tell me about Kasumi? The smallest detail could be important.
I don't know what to say. She's my little, and she doesn't know how dangerous this world is. I never should have let her grandfather teach her how to fix these machines.
Her grandfather? He taught her how to fix the radio?
Ever since she was old enough to walk, yes. Her grandfather had an ear for machines. Kasumi picked up the knack. He passed away years. He used to scavenge the ruins in the south for parts. I kept telling him he was getting too old.
Why did your daughter really leave? Your wife said she left on her own, but you said it was kidnappers?
I know it was kidnappers. Kasumi is a smart girl, but she doesn't know how horrible people can be. Not like me and Ray. Why would she just leave her family with no explanation? Someone tricked her, got her to leave the safety of home. Every minute we aren't looking for my daughter, her life is in jeopardy.
Tell me more about this radio she was fixing.
I've tried to get that damn thing to work over and over again, but there's nothing. I thought she just wanted to strip it for parts or build a toaster out of it, or something, like she usually does. Someone made contact with her, and then they took her. God, what kind of twisted psychopath has my daughter?
No more questions right now.
Work quickly, Detective.
Hello? Testing? Project log. Holotape player. Managed to strip out the parts from this thing and make something that's easier to move around. Granddad always said you need to make a record when you start something. You know, in case you have to go back to it. So, I guess I'm going to start doing that. Maybe I should start with an inventory of all the parts I found?
Kasumi! Your father needs help with the boat.
I'll be right there. Oh, damn. Was I recording that? Ugh. Project log? Myself. I never really thought about who or what I am, but God. Where do I start? The radio. I was right about the range. I managed to get a signal, a strong signal from up north. There's a group of people up there. They say they're all synthetic people, made by the Institute. They're trying to build a place for their kind, where they can be themselves and be accepted for what they are alongside human beings. It sounds wonderful, but then they started asking about me and some questions came up. Questions I don't have answers to. I mean, I've always felt off, like I'm not really supposed to be here, but then there are things in my childhood I can't remember, and I've been having strange dreams. I'm going to go to meet these synths. I have to know the truth about myself. They've told me to sail up north to a town called Far Harbor. I can make my way to them from there.
Daughter takes off by boat, but more importantly, there's a colony of synths up near this Far Harbor. We need a way to get there. Let's go talk to Kenji. He knows the waters better than anyone.
Excuse me, Mr. Nakano.
Have you finished your investigation? Did you find anything?
I think I know where Kasumi went. A place called Far Harbor?
She went that far up north? God, that explains why she took the boat. There's no time to waste. You have to go after her.
Wait, did you find out why she left, Detective? Who she was speaking to?
What does it matter?
Because I know my daughter, and if she didn't tell us where she went, then she had a reason. Don't you want to know if she wants to be found?
You're right, Detective. Did you find any clue to why Kasumi left home?
Your daughter made contact with a group of synths. She thinks she's one of them.
What? That's crazy.
She's not a synth. She's our daughter. We raised her. I gave birth to her. She's flesh and blood, not a synthetic.
That's how synths work, Mrs. Nakano. They replace people. This could have happened recently.
I know my own daughter. She's not a synth.
This is what I was afraid of. Someone twisting my daughter's mind. You have to get to Far Harbor. Take my ship on the dock. It has a guidance system. A final gift from my father. And it's built for distance.
What can I expect out there, Kenji?
I only made the trip to Far Harbor once, when I was a boy. All I remember is that my father did not want to stay long. Something about the air being bad.
I'll get to the bottom of this, Kenji.
Thank you. I know you haven't asked for a payment, and we can't offer much. But here, please take it. I insist. For expenses, if nothing else.
I know it'll be hard waiting for word, but try to carry on like normal. We'll be back as soon as we can.
Far Harbor. We don't get many visitors around here.
You don't need no freeloaders or more help, mainlander. So you can get back in your boat and leave.
Alan, this isn't your dock. It belongs to the whole town. That means strangers are welcome. Sorry, you've caught us during a difficult time. But Alan's got a point. Not all visitors have good intentions. So, what's your business here?
A young woman from the Commonwealth named Kasumi may have passed through here. Her family hired me to find her.
Some sort of detective, huh? Well, she came through here all right.
At least we know she made it this far.
Damn it. Mariners incoming.
Something's coming through the fog!
You, help us defend the town, and I'll answer any questions you have. Take a post at the top of the wall, near the main gate. The hull never lets us down. Now follow me! Careful on the hull, stranger. Don't fall off.
Caution, heavy mist anticipated.
Something's out there! This ain't a drill!
You're not fooling me. Get lost.
Shield, everyone!
The gate! Open the gate! I've got wounds!
You miss me?
There's no time. Look to the fog. They're coming.
Gulpers!
Oh, God! Defend yourselves!
I knew this would be a pain in the ass. Just chill.
It's over.
No. Eyes on the fog. Something's coming.
Avery.
And now you see what we're up against. Fog and the creatures it spits out have taken the whole island from my people. For your help when we needed it. You deserve this.
Lost the whole island?
Oh, fog's been here forever. There are good years when it recedes and the island's almost normal. And there are times when it spreads all over. People have to cling to any patch of land free of the fog. For the past, 8 years or so, it's been getting as bad as it's ever been. Now, Far Harbor's one of the only places left that's safe.
You managed to survive despite all that? You must be tough.
Ornery, more like.
I'm done cowering behind your damn hull, Avery. Time you let me deal with the real problem. With the right people and my guns, I can end those Children of Adam cultists for good.
The fog's been here forever. The children didn't make it.
Before the Rat Eaters came, the fog was under control. They come, and it all goes wrong. It's time we do something.
No need to burden the stranger with all this nonsense.
What's the deal with the Children of Adam?
They're religious folk. They worship the power of Adam, which is radiation, I guess. If you want details, you'd have to find and ask them. We used to have a peace with them until a certain hothead menace named Alan Lee.
Now that's enough. That preacher came into the harbor saying that it was Adam's will that we lost our land. That it was Adam's goddamn will that we lost so many friends and family. And that the Atom would wipe this whole place clean of us.
If it were up to me, you'd hang for what you did to that preacher, Alan.
What did he do to the preacher?
Alan pulled a gun on him. He claims the preacher reached for his. We don't have police, or really any law. Just custom and popular sentiment. And after everything the preacher said, it was abundantly clear doing anything to Alan would have made matters worse.
Can we get back to business?
Sorry for all that. You're here for Kasumi, right? She headed inland to the Synth Refuge, Acadia. Getting there will be dangerous. You'll need a guide. Old Longfellow. No one knows the fog like him. But word of warning, he's a bit of an acquired taste.
What's old Longfellow's story?
He's the best hunter on the island. Fearless. Some say crazy. If someone needs to get to Acadia, he's the only one that'll do it. But people around here are known for being stubborn, willful, and other, less flattering things. But Longfellow's got a reputation even among us.
Thanks for the info.
Best place to look for Longfellow's at the bar. The last plank. And, please, lend a hand around town if you're able. Even if it's slapped away. People like the Mariner and Cassie and others need help. And let me say something you might not hear again. Thank you.
The children of Adam are trying to kill us all. Drive us into the ocean.
Welcome to the bait shop. If you need any odds and ends, I'm your man.
Let's deal.
Happily.
Trying to have a conversation here.
Shut your mouths, open your damned ears. So the fogs are coming for us all. I can't see any better way of greeting it than to have another round. On the house.
Yeah!
Time to party.
Here's some Mitch.
Mitch!
Hi.
Mainlander, today's your lucky day. Free beer for ya. Ha ha!
Thanks for the free drink.
Look at you with all your mainland niceties. So, drink up. Stay here over long and the fog will claim you. As well meet her with a belly full of fire, eh?
I could use a drink.
Let's get you liquored up then. Ha!
Mitch,
You look like you need an ice cold vim.
I'd like to rent a room.
It's up the stairs.
You want a drink?
I'm ready to order.
We got what you need.
Captain Avery said you can get me to Acadia?
Heard there was a scuffle out there. You get your hands dirty? I'm done leading people to their deaths in the fog. Last fella couldn't keep up. Didn't last 5 minutes.
I'm not some no-name mainlander. I'm tough enough for your little island.
Sling a bit of lead on the hull, and now you think you're ready to walk in the fog, do you? Things you'll see inland make that look like a Sunday stroll.
I helped the harbor out. I figure all of you owe me something, at least.
Well, I suppose there's a bit of truth there. I could get you to Acadia. But you've got to listen to me. Go where I say, when I say it. Still won't be easy. You stock up on your necessities, Rad X and the like. And then the real work can begin.
Let's go, Longfellow.
Follow me, then.
There we go.
Intel file obtained. Intel file obtained.
Something over. Again.
Ah, Tink didn't mean anything by it.
I swear, her tail's a menace. Does she even know it's attached to her bleeding hide?
You want me to work in this flea-ridden bar of yours? For what?
Excuse me.
Deep fog has all manner of nasties. Fog ain't like nothing you've seen coming. Mainlanders think a dose of sandwich is all you need. See, the fog can do a number on you. Get you all turned around. There's something.
The fog's poison. On account of you.
Here's the mountain trail. So don't be surprised if we got local wildlife there. You go everything extreme. Best we steer clear. You never know. When I was a young lad, no higher than you and me, the whole island was covered in fog. The fog eventually rolled back. People were safe, but they were comfortable. Started taking things for granted. Folk got short memory. All this happened.
That's right. That's right.
They can grow 2 or 3 times the size of the mother. Good thing we don't see too many of them. What was that? Incoming!
Caution, heavy mist anticipated.
Stringing one more soul to their damnation, old man?
Well, what have we here? Another rad-worshipping lunatic. That's what.
Your barbs do not harm me. I am shielded by my faith.
How about bullets? Faith shield you against those too?
Who's she?
One of them children of Adam preachers. Started off as pests. Now they're more like a menace.
Do not sully this one with your blasphemy, old man. You. I suggest you go no further. Acadia is a nest of snakes. Beasts that subvert the will of Adam.
What's Acadia done to make you distrust them?
They supply Far Harbor with the means to turn back Adam's holy fog. You'd do well to avoid such creatures, and instead seek the only true master of this land.
All right, I'm listening. Tell me about Adam.
Tell you? Look around. You stride through his kingdom. A land blanketed beneath sacred fog. A land Adam has claimed for his children. And you may join our family if he deems you worthy.
Suppose I've got nothing better to do.
Huh. Adam usually prefers those with a bit more fervor. But nonetheless, if you wish to test his favor, seek the nucleus.
You're done wasting time with a fanatic. Let's move. Up ahead, air's clean. No fog. It's not too far now.
Hey.
And we've arrived. Acadia's already been watching us for a good spell. If you want to talk with them, just go inside. They'll be waiting for you. You need my help again, you come see me. Got a cabin just outside of Far Harbor. Good place to tool up your gear, get some rest, or get stinking drunk. Just make sure if you're bringing a bottle of something strong, there's enough to share.
Maybe later, Longfellow.
All right. But I'm serious about the offer. You ever want to hunt the forests and waters of the island together? I could think of worse things to do.
This mountain above the fog, I thought to myself, now here is a metaphor worth taking in. You've entered a place of clarity, understanding, peace. While you're here in Acadia, Synthkind welcomes you as long as you welcome us.
I came here looking for Kasumi Nakano.
Really? I'm impressed. Few would brave the kind of journey you've had for the sake of someone else. Kasumi is here. She's safe and unharmed.
and you're free to see her if you'd like. Before you do, though, tell me, do you think Kasumi is a synth?
We're not answering any more questions until you play straight with us. Just who the hell are you, really? There's only one synth with that kind of face and a mind of his own. And I only see him when I look in a mirror.
Nick. It can't be you.
Don't give me that. What are you trying to pull? I've never seen you before in my life.
Please, if you're willing to give me a chance, I can explain.
Is this a joke? Do you really know, Nick?
Let me tell you what I know, and you can judge for yourself. We were prototypes, Nick. The first synths capable of independent thinking and judgment.
Keep talking.
One of the Institute's experiments had to do with how our brains could process personality. If we could handle individualized feelings and behaviors, I was allowed to develop mine based on experience. But with you, they wanted to try transferring an entire personality into you. It took several attempts before the personality imprint worked. I saw you wake up not knowing who or what you were so many times. I couldn't let them do it to you anymore. We were the only two prototypes they made. I literally saw myself in you. You were my brother, Nick. I helped you escape the Institute. We left together.
If I were your brother, I'd remember.
That's where you'd be wrong. This happened over a century ago. There's only so much memory that can fit into the prototype brains we have.
I've heard enough. I think you and I need to talk about this. Maybe not now, though.
We need to get back to why we're here. Kasumi Nakano.
Nick, I don't need you to believe me. I'm just glad to see you again. Whenever you're ready, I'll be here. Now, about young Kasumi. It's important that you understand exactly why she's here. I asked you before if you think she's really a synth. If you could indulge me with an answer.
She's human, and she has a family waiting for her.
But imagine what it means if you're wrong. If Kasumi is a synth, then she doesn't have a family. She never had one. Think about how she must feel. None of us take this transition lightly. She's facing the possibility of her entire life being a lie. That someone stripped her very identity from her and made her into something she isn't. I want you to understand that before you see her. She has a chance here to live as a synth, not hiding, not pretending to be something else. One more question, if you'll indulge me. You're here for Kasumi, but I suspect there could be another reason you came to us. Tell me, are you a synth?
I'm a human being, not a synth.
Are you sure? I don't mean to question you, but what's the first memory you have?
I was with my husband. We were getting ready for the day. I had to take care of my son, Sean. And... well, a lot's happened since then.
But no memories before then? No childhood? Your first best friend? Your first kiss? That's usually a sign. Data is easy to migrate, but feelings... that's a hard thing to transfer into another mind. Isn't it funny how a memory can feel like a whole different reality? People, places, even sounds and colors can change. Or someone else has changed them. I won't lie to you. There will always be other explanations. Trauma, disease, the background radiation. They all take their toll on the mind. But I can promise you that you will be accepted here. Whatever you decide is true for yourself.
Thank you. You've given me a lot to think about.
I'm glad to hear it. Acadia is open to you. Feel free to walk the grounds. Introduce yourself to my co-founders, Faraday and Chase, and I'm sure you're eager to talk to Kasumi. She's usually working down below. Is there anything else you need from me?
You should know. The Institute has been destroyed.
What? It's over? No more courser hunts? No more slavery? But that also means the technology to make the synths is lost. Our origins have been buried. Not to mention the loss of human life. Sorry. I'm not going to judge the actions of someone who's wiped out a great evil. You have our gratitude. Is there anything else you need?
I should get going.
Of course.
Perhaps we're in there a long time. Are you feeling all right?
I'm fine. You worry too much.
Sometimes I feel like you don't worry enough. You know we blew 3 more relays this week. I'm coming in. You stay right there.
You tracked Kasumi here. I'm impressed. Perhaps not as quietly or efficiently as possible, but thankfully she was never in any real danger. I'm afraid your journey was unnecessary.
I'm not convinced she is safe.
By all means, look around. Investigate. We have nothing to hide. Acadia is a safe haven for synths. Were it not, I would not have aided anyone in reaching it. Every synth I've tracked down, every synth convinced to come here, has been assured that he or she will come to no harm. My job is to make sure they all remain safe, no matter what. Understand?
How do you manage to track down synths and bring them here?
I have a network of contacts throughout the area. Some from my time with the Institute, some after. I know the Institute's tactics, and use that to my advantage. You have Dima's blessing, so by all means, make yourself comfortable.
I'd like to help you all. Is there anything I can do?
Actually, as a matter of fact, there is. If you're serious about contributing, well, we've got a situation I need someone to look into. You've had some experience traveling around the island, so you may be decently equipped to handle it.
What's the problem?
We were expecting a new synth to arrive, and he should have been here by now. There's been no sign of him, and I'm concerned that he might have become lost on the way here.
You have any leads on where he might be?
You should start by talking to Brooks in Far Harbor. He's one of us, a synth. He's the one who meets the new arrivals and gets them started on the journey here. Of course, he's not likely to tell you anything without proof that you're working for me. If he doesn't cooperate, tell him that his designation is L792. That should convince him. That's as much help as I can give you for now. Please, hurry. If that synth is out there alone, he won't last long.
Kasumi Nakano?
Sun will set shortly.
Your parents sent me. They want you to come home.
They did what? You came all this way for me. Look, my mom and dad, I mean, those people that were taking care of me, they wouldn't want me back. Not if they knew the truth.
Yeah, you can work that out with your parents. I'm taking you home.
No, you don't get it. I am not their daughter. I'm a synth. I thought if I just left, it would be easier for them. How would that conversation have gone anyway? I've been lying to you this whole time? Your real daughter is dead and I replaced her?
You haven't replaced anyone. Kenji and Ray are still your parents.
I really wish that was true. If I wasn't a synth, things would be so much simpler. Acadia isn't what I thought it was. There's more going on here than just the refuge. But I can't leave until I've gotten to the bottom of it. I've been running long enough.
If something's going on, then I can help. Just tell me what's happening.
I don't know how you could. Wait, of course you can help. You find things, track down answers. That's what you do, right? That's why you came after me. What if I told you that there's a secret? A big secret here, on this island. Something way more important than just one lost girl.
All right. I'm listening.
Okay. Where to begin? You saw all those computers that Dima's hooked up to, right? They hold his memories, or offload data from his brain. Or maybe some combination of both? Well, Faraday asked me to help do some repairs on them. And, you know, I got curious. There's like a century's worth of life experiences in there. And that's when I see it. Data models Dima has been making. One was the fog taking over Far Harbor. Another was a nuclear detonation on the island. Plus, death counts. What if Dima is so open and welcoming because he's actually hiding something from us? A plan to wipe out the rest of the island.
I'll help if I can, but that's not much to go on.
I know. I've been working on that, but I haven't had much luck. I keep seeing Dima, Faraday, and Chase head into the laboratory at the other end of the hall. Then they come out later looking like they've been arguing. There's actually a storage space right next to there. It'd be a perfect spot to hide and eavesdrop. But it's been locked up. I've also tried breaking into Faraday's terminal, since he and Dima are so close, but the security on it is crazy.
I'll figure this out. Just stay here.
Okay. Good luck, and come back as soon as you've found anything.
Kasumi.
I swear someone has the key to that storage room. Maybe Cog? He's always moving supplies around here.
serve. Protect and serve. Protect and serve. Protect and serve.
buy something?
Yes.
Right away. Enjoy your travels.
Heavy mist anticipated.
Looking to buy something?
Yes.
Right away. Enjoy your travels.
People of the Commonwealth slept soundly, for the greatest monster was gone. It took a lot of guts to do what you did. I know it couldn't have been easy.
Hey.
What? Oh, sorry.
Caution, rain approaching.
To talk about?
Yes.
Right away.
Hey.
We heading out?
That's right. Let's get going.
After you, then.
up?
Go ahead.
You ready to talk about Dima? I think he's right. We family?
Honestly, I don't know what to think, Nick.
Yeah. Guess that makes two of us. I spent a long time wondering if the Institute had made any other prototypes. If I was just a failure that gave up. Just plain got bored. I always thought I was just more of their discarded trash. Never thought of the possibility that someone wanted me out. Helped me escape. There's gotta be some kind of proof out there. What really happened between me and Dima. I'd appreciate it if we could keep an eye out.
Of course, Nick. We'll find something.
Thanks. I know we don't have much to go on. Just keep me in mind if you find something that might give us some answers.
Heads up.
Yes, well, don't keep me in suspense.
Probably about time we parted ways.
Shame.
I'm listening.
It's time for you to head home.
Come find me if you need me again. We heading out?
That's right. Let's get going.
After you, then.
Look alive.
Go ahead.
That was all I had.
Right there.
Hey there.
We heading out?
That's right. Let's get going.
After you, then.
look alive.
What's on your mind?
Your thoughts?
Damn. Can't remember if I had my bath this week or not.
How do you think things are between us?
As long as you don't run from a fight or nag me about my drinking, we'll get along just fine.
That's all for now.
Fine.
Sun will set shortly.
Goodbye. Captain?
I'll be straight with you. It's never easy to ask anyone on this island for help, much less a stranger. But I've got a responsibility to these people, and I have a job for you if you're up for it. Besides, I know you're tougher than you look.
What exactly do you need help with?
We get our drinking water from a purifier not far outside of town. We had a bad storm not long before you got here, and it must have damaged the fog condensers that protect the road to the purifier. I sent Howard Dunbar out to fix them. He was out there when the Mirelurks hit us, and I'm afraid they might have got him, too. I was hoping you might go have a look. If the worst happened, maybe you could get those fog condensers back online. If you're up to it, just head south out of town. It's paying work, of course. I wouldn't ask a stranger to stick their neck out on our behalf, unless I was willing to pay a fair share for it.
All right. I'll head out there now.
Good. Our water supply won't last much longer.
What's the plan?
Nothing else for now.
Back to it, then.
Looks like Howard didn't make it. I'll have to repair the fog condensers myself. Hey there.
A mainlander like you stands no chance against the crawlers.
Those fog condensers are back online.
Good. Our water supply was starting to get low. Wasn't sure how much longer we could hold out. Did you find Howard?
He died trying to get those condensers fixed. The man is a hero.
Yes. Yes, he is. I'll make sure we remember him as such. Well, I said it was paying work. 200 caps should be enough.
Thanks. Glad I could help you out.
That makes two of us. Now here's your pay. We've got to start making arrangements for Howard. So I'll say goodbye.
Ah, you there. Are you that detective I heard about?
No, I'm not an investigator.
Oh, drat. You look just like the person that Mayor Avery had described. I was sure you were the one investigating that missing persons case. I haven't been able to find any of the local police force. We may have a murder on our hands, and we need some eyes. Shall I walk to the Cliff's Edge Hotel now?
Go ahead. I'll meet you there.
Very good. I shall meet you at the main entrance to the hotel.
still like to talk, Captain. It's important.
All right, let's talk.
I appreciate it, Captain. At my age, any chance to make a new friend is, well, it ain't something I'd expect to happen much. There's more to it than that. Long time ago, when I was a young man, I had a sweetheart. Anna was her name. And we planned to get married and raise a family and all that. Well, we had a place out in the far northeast of me, so we could be alone. And sure, Adam jumped us. They took her and left me for dead. Took 2 months to recover from my injuries. By then, it was too late. They'd warped her mind and turned her into their ways. It was only later I learned she was carrying out a child. Of course, the baby didn't stand a chance with all that radiation. Adam's will. Anyway, she died a few years later. Trappers got her. So the lunatic said. I guess that was Adam's will, too.
I didn't know. I'm so sorry, Longfellow.
Yeah. Well, we all got our scars, right? Truth is, what happened to Hannah was her choice, and so be it. But I never got to be a father. And that's what I wanted. If I had a son or daughter, well, I'd have someone to pass on all my learning to. But you're the first person I've met that's worth teaching that I've got to teach. I ain't good with telling people I'm grateful. You've given this old hunter a sense of purpose. That's something I ain't had for a long time.
Thanks, Longfellow. It means a lot to me that you think so.
Well, that was all I had to say. I appreciate you hearing me out.
Hey.
Make it. Quick, will you?
Damn feral ghouls. Other side's chained up. Nice. Great. More dumb robots.
Outpost captured. Perfect. Intel file obtained. Caution, heavy mist anticipated.
Go ahead and hide, little bleeder! Thought this would be easy.
You're not...
Outpost captured.
Still got it.
I never even...
See what's left.
Outpost captured.
All of them.
No sense turning your nose up at something that might... might be useful.
happy.
Sweet.
Sun will set shortly.
Collecting antiques, are you?
Caution, rain approaching.
Creep. You're not. something I never forget. Wrong place, wrong time, pal.
Caution, rain approaching.
Good riddance.